tablets on the table for your iPad kid needs. So listen, y'all, we're somewhere in the 20s now with the episode. It's right there, man.
You can't be giving me that. I don't have self-control. What do you mean?
Indulge yourself, Shadow. It's Valentine's Day.
Technically a day after, but
Shut the fuck up.
Fuck you,
bitch. It's a Wednesday. What you mean?
It is Friday.
Or a Thursday.
No, wait. Oh my god, it's
Valentine's Day was on.
It's Saturday. Today's Saturday. Don't ever do that to
Saturday.
me again. I'm really stupid.
We're late.
It's Saturday.
Oh my god.
Listen to me when I'm speaking.
Hi, Ruby. So listen, y'all.
I'm the only normal one here, I swear to God.
Exactly.
No, you're not.
Twitter and Latino.
Wait, what did you say?
Were there?
I did
It's an
post
if you know, you know situation.
I'm hoping.
I didn't
But-
even hear what was
We know two
said.
people in this.
Don't worry about it. I'm just saying.
Okay.
So y'all have been waiting for this Valentine's Day episode. I've teased it a couple times. So this was all made possible. Not only just the Valentine's Day stuff, the world as a whole. Everything that is in here. And there's so many things that you guys can't see, but if you want to come see it, you should come and be a guest. I'm just saying. But anyway, see her, that beautiful, beautiful, amazing, hot wife right
Look
there.
at the man with the golden arm pointing. This one.
She made it. She did this for us. She's amazing for it. I love her so much.
I love it.
I'm getting switched to camera this time, okay.
Mine.
So listen, y'all.
It's mine.
Alexia did all of
I
this
just
for
work
us.
here, guys.
And so, for today, as guests and in honor of Valentine's Day, even if we're a little late, all right, we were all working. Don't come for me too hard. We have Alexia and Dog as our guests, so we have a couple input on this, and we found some relationship stories that are really,
This is about to be wild.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
We love
wait,
Reddit.
am I
We love when
unfiltered
people
ass?
want
Oh, yeah.
advice. So, I'm gonna take a quick vape hit. Also, as a brief for the YouTube watchers, if you genuinely watch this, and if you're late in the game and you don't know who we are, I already said who Alexia and Dog are. You're gonna see, poof, wow, look. There's gonna be 3 usernames. You will learn who we are.
Somewhere around here, magically, mystically.
Mine should be like right above here, like right about here.
Scraps, hello
Come
in
use your
chat.
friendly
Yes,
neighborhood
Alexia
shout
made a
right
world
here.
for us for this.
Yes, this one.
And obviously, again, we are on Twitch every week. So if y'all want to come and join us live, you are more than welcome. Come and join in the chat. Come be a part of the conversation. Come give us your input. This will also go up onto YouTube on a Monday and onto Spotify, so you can listen everywhere, anywhere, at all the time. If you go to Spotify, you should totally leave a 5-star review. So, like, 5-star review on Spotify. Just go and drop that there. No specific reason or anything.
It's great to listen
Do
to
it,
when
you
you work
nerds.
on the world.
That's true.
Exactly.
Or driving, honestly, just to have like some background conversation.
I'm a podcast listener. How do you think I wanted to make a
As
podcast?
an avid podcast listener, sometimes I am too.
Exactly.
It's
Pookie, do you want
dude,
McDonald's?
working while listening to a podcast is great.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Do you want McDonald's?
Yeah.
Way to make it easy to become part of the equation.
Wonders
Fuck,
in my
what the fuck?
chat. So you are able to eat French fries. If you
Yes, I
take
want
apart the burger,
McDonald's,
you can have
baby.
that.
Oh, that makes way more sense. I
Yes,
was like,
baby,
oh.
I love McDonald's, please.
I was so confused. I won't lie.
My husband lives with me. He's in our bedroom right now.
He just came into the
Fair
Twitch
enough.
chat and said, "Ask her if she wants McDonald's."
What's McDonald's?
All right, y'all.
Is this an actual question, or are you just asking me?
So I'm gonna
I swear to God,
jump
if you
right
start
in
fucking my
with
index
the first
cord,
story
you're
that
gonna
we
get
have.
yeeted, cat.
If she eats the chicken nuggets, you have to be that weirdo who takes the breading off of them.
I do that anyway.
Why the fuck
Okay.
would you do that?
She can't have gluten. She is me now. Neither one of us can have
Oh,
gluten.
Oh, okay.
That makes sense now.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
my shit all decided to like, hey, we're just not gonna work for a moment.
Crunched.
There's
All
technical
right.
difficulty. Don't mind me. We'll continue with the scheduled programming. Just ignore this happening at all.
You're fine. I love this.
You got plenty of space outside the camera reach. You can fix your shit.
Listen, while Shadow gets his guts
they watching me do
rearranged
my
by the
figure eights. What
demons.
you mean? Listen, alright, I can't help it.
Yeah, well, he gets rearranged by demons. I'm gonna go ahead and hop into our first story here. So this first one, it's not super long, but I thought it was just enough that everybody in this room would understand problems. It comes from r/relationship advice, and it's
Oh boy.
the we listen and we don't judge trend. Have you guys seen that on TikTok?
Oh no! Fuck that.
That answers my question.
cannot
Thank you.
wait for this.
So there's a trend on TikTok, for those who don't know, that's called we listen and we don't judge, where a lot of couples have been saying that phrase followed by something they secretly do that their partner didn't know about.
Besides, give the viewers
It's been
the entire
really
experience.
messy. Okay, so the we listen and we
boy.
don't judge trend prompted me, 24 female, husband, 38 male, to reveal a cruel 2-year-long prank. How can I learn to start trusting him again? My husband saw TikTok videos this week about couples saying, we listen and we don't judge, then revealing something bad or funny they do behind their partner's back. He pressured me to participate because he said he had something very funny to admit, and I had to go first to justify his. When it was his turn, he told me that he removed things from my computer to make it very slow and almost unusable 2 years ago in 2022. My computer suddenly started running like garbage, and I could never figure out what it was or what was wrong. I primarily used it for school and playing online games with my siblings because I don't live close to them anymore. Now I can hardly browse the internet, let alone play games on it. I couldn't afford a new computer because I'm only working right now. I'm the only one working right now. He told me that it would take him only a minute or two to fix whatever it is he did, but he just never wanted to. When I asked him why he would do that, he said it's because I should spend all of my time with him, and he didn't like that I would play games a few times a week. My feelings are very hurt right now, and I'm having a hard time believing anything he says. How can I get my mind off this and stop disturbing him? We have been married for 6 years, and I'm so stressed about what other things he might have done to manipulate me. How do people generally get over betrayals of trust like this?
Typically, you fucking don't.
You don't fuck with a gamer's computer.
No.
You never
That
fuck with
too.
a gamer computer
That
for
too.
one, because like
You don't
that,
fuck
like,
with anybody's
as she
computers,
stated.
let alone a gamer's.
Yeah, I'm like, but as she stated, that's her only way of like, keeping in touch with her siblings because they all play games together. And he's basically taking away the one thing that's helping her stay connected to her family, which is not cool. Like, if you and your family can bond over a game and like all of you play, you don't fuck with that.
Well, and I
Like,
think
that
what's
is sacred.
interesting
That is sacred.
is she's even stating in her post she doesn't play it like it's not like a daily thing.
She's a
It's not
whisperer.
like us who come home and like this is our
Yeah.
prime thing is playing video games or getting on VR or doing something. She only does it a couple times a week to have time with her family. You just like hopped like a little stone across the map when you broke. You guys didn't see it, but he like skipped. Christ. But it's the fact of like, aside from she doesn't use it relentlessly for video games, so it's not like they're really lacking any quality time together. She was using it for her schoolwork, and you made it so unusable that like Google doesn't work.
Like, bro,
Yeah, no.
Okay, for one, what the hell dit you remove? What did you
Not
remove
only
to
that, like,
take the PC that fast?
System
dear
files,
God.
honestly.
Hey, what system file did he pull though? That's the question.
I don't think he
Not
can
many
fix
system
it,
files
in
take your
all
PC
honesty.
like that.
I know better than to touch the man's computer. I only touch it unless he tells me I can touch it. That's the only time I touch it.
And not only that, right? Like, yeah, him fucking with her PC in general is fucking bad. But the reason behind it though is that you should spend all your time with me. Like the
And that's
amount
so
of
manipulative.
like manipulative control that this this man is wanting in this partnership. Like, no, she has her own life. She has her own people that she wants to fucking spend her time with and do shit with and hang out with and stuff like that. Like, that would be the equivalent of Rosie or Woody being like, hey, you can't play you can't play Rivals or Minecraft or any of the games that you've been playing with everybody anymore because all of your time is meant to be spent with me and doing what I want. Like, no, that you
I
don't
would
have
have
a
been like,
relationship
that's a
with
funny
that.
joke.
Well, and you see, the thing
Yeah,
is too, is you want to know how you ask
I
to
love you,
have
baby, if
time
you're
with
still
your
watching.
partner.
I promise
You
I
just
actually
ask.
wouldn't say
That's
that I love
it.
you.
Like, I will message Rosie and I'll be like, hey,
Yeah.
can we have a disconnect day where it's just us two? And how was heaven?
Like, if Dog did that
We
to
roll with
me,
it, okay? We
if
roll
Dog
with
started
it.
fucking with my computer, I will smack him so hard because that is.
And I've already told her the only fucking with her computer I'm ever gonna do is getting it upgraded and better.
So I will say
I'm
over
going to
in
pick
the
her PC out.
I will say over in the Twitch chat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wonder, so he is
Please
still
tell those
here,
comments.
says stab them in his private parts. Ruby says kill him.
Just execute him.
Yeah.
Just get rid of him.
We're all
Execute.
gamers here. Don't fuck with our computers.
Like, we're all gamers.
No.
We
See,
know.
at least Mason agrees with me.
Involuntary
That
vasectomy.
shit's
Well, and
fucking
it's just like, it's gamer aspect aside, that is so manipulative. Just because you didn't want her spending time with her family, you
Oh, big
made it
time.
unusable and then lied for 2 years and thought a TikTok trend.
2 years
See,
is fucking wild, though.
So what Ruby pointed out is we talked around somewhere similar with this. Not this exact story, but it was a prank gone bad. How do you pull off a prank? Both parties laugh. If both parties aren't laughing, guess what? You're not a pranking person. You're an asshole. That's not how that works.
That's like the
Legit.
video that we watched. That's like the video we watched the other day. Not even the video. It was last episode. I think with the dude who pranked his girlfriend with the proposal and shit. Like,
Yeah,
that's not
Oh, I
shit
hate
that you prank people
do.
with. Like,
exactly.
No.
Mason has my foot. Do it again. Do it again. It's a terrible prank.
She's gonna fart on
It
stream. I'm
is.
calling it now.
There are certain things you do not do. That is one of them.
because it
The
The
brings
worst
the
thing is, he also
PC.
said he could
and
reverse it.
Yeah, and
The
it
worst
takes him
thing
like
is,
less
he
than
also
a
said he
minute.
could reverse it, but he didn't want to do it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't think
the
he knows
fact that
how
he said
to.
he could do it. but
Look,
didn't
I
want
agree
to.
with my
But he
husband.
did-
Stab him in the dick.
Well, the thing
Yeah.
is, if he knew what file to pull, he knows exactly how to put it back. That's the thing. Most people you have to either look it up or know what you're doing to be able to pull the proper file to slow the PC down. Because otherwise, you could pull something that actually just makes the PC completely unusable. Like,
Yeah.
completely. Like, it won't turn on, nothing. So
And I
he
mean,
knew
shit, for-
what file, which means he knows how to put that fucker back, and he better. Because,
That
god
or-
fucking damn it.
Or he's looking at it as like, oh yeah, I could fix it in like 2 minutes, in the sense of just here, let me just reinstall your OS real quick, because that'll always fix
Yeah, because,
most
dude,
problems that you have. But like,
yeah, but
even
oh
then,
my god, that is something you don't fucking touch. You don't touch that.
no,
Never
no,
fuck with the
that's
PC
just
of
something you don't
that's
fucking
meant
do.
for schooling and meant to connect with their family. You don't fuck with that. Like, that's
Shit,
something you
imagine if
don't
she was
do.
using it for work.
Oh, everybody in the
Oh, that'd
comments
be
of
even
that Reddit
worse.
thread as well all agree that OP needs to
Are all
run
fucking
for the
pissed.
hills. That is manipulative of all
Oh yeah,
shit.
big
like,
time.
Dipsy.
Fucking call a
Mhm.
divorce lawyer. That second, call a divorce lawyer the moment you step out of the house. Like, get that shit signed
Yeah.
up. Get that bitch signed. Fucking get out of there. If he's gonna be that manipulative to where he tanks your PC and your connection to your family, get the fuck out.
The door's there.
Like,
There,
the door's
yeah.
over there.
There's the door,
is there.
bitch.
The door.
Exactly.
Get the fuck out.
No, Squishy, you come back. You have to read the next story.
Oh,
Back in your
Squishy,
seat.
oh shit, my bad.
That's something we. That's an idea that I just had for later, though.
Oh
A
my
camera
god.
on
I'm
the door.
special.
The door.
I'm special.
You know what? Listen, you want to be special and read our second
fine.
story?
Of course,
Oh,
Pookie.
Lord.
I again, forewarning, my stories are probably ass. I found them 2 minutes before she started streaming. I'm always late finding my stories, man.
That's kind of par for the course, though. You say that, and then you have some of the messiest stories every now and then.
I'm over here
So I found mine this morning.
Like a Pop Tart on my bed. I'm like, I want it.
So I will say, this was not the story I clicked on earlier.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
The fuck? Fuck it, we read it anyways.
Don't mind me.
This does have a bunch of trigger warnings.
Oh god, what are the trigger warnings?
Abuse, controlling behavior, hostile place, destruction of property, gaslighting, and animal endangerment.
Hold up, there was an animal in danger? Okay, fucking for one, whoever did it, whoever was threatening the animal, kill him.
yep.
Whoever
Okay,
endangered the
I mean,
animal gets hit by a bus and survives.
If the animal's in danger, kill him.
I'll say you don't survive that one.
So
Okay, continue.
this was originally posted on r/relationship advice, but now it is on r/best of Redditor updates.
Ooh.
So this is my 28 female boyfriend's 30 male. Wait, what? Okay, I'll say the ages after, because I hate when they do that. My brain hurts when they do that. So my boyfriend's ex had a note about his cleaning/dating habits right before they broke up that I just found. How do I talk to him about his cleaning habits without him feeling like I'm using his ex's words against him?
He found a
All
note?
right.
A note.
A note.
So the original post was August 27th, 2024. This is recent. So I, 28 female, and my boyfriend, 30 male, who we'll call Steve. That is a white ass name.
The what?
Bro, motherfucker's name
Valid.
is Steve. Was he? What was he trying to
Steve!
go mining or something?
For real. Anyways, have been together for 2 years.
Diamonds, I need them real quick.
There we go.
And have been living together for 8 months. I was cleaning our apartment when I found a note in the back of a cabinet. For context sake, I'll copy it below. Dear Steve's future girlfriend, I know it's you reading this because he'd never clean back here. I'm putting this here because I'm leaving him soon and want to warn you about him. He will not clean, he will not listen, and he will make everything feel like it's your fault. It's not your fault, he's just an incompetent man. I'm leaving him, I'd suggest you do the same. Best wishes, Natalia. Name changed, of course. I read the note and brought it to show it to him, and here's his response. He immediately ripped it up and said not to listen to it and that she was crazy and untrustworthy. I told him that the fact that he hasn't found it in 5 years since they broke up is a red flag to me because it does mean he's never cleaned back there.
5
And he's been
years?
cleaning less and less since I moved in. He told me that it wasn't a problem before the note, and this is just his ex continuing to manipulate and ruin his life, and I was letting it work. We continued to argue along the same lines, and I eventually left to spend the night at a friend's place. Steve has been a great boyfriend so far. He gets along with my family, has given me gifts and flowers, always tells me how much he loves me. He's not wrong that the cleaning hasn't been really been brought up before. The note made me realize it had been less and less and that we needed to have a full conversation. He texted me afterwards saying he's sorry and that I felt like I had to leave, but that it's an asshole move for me to take a note over our 2-year relationship and to leave him and our pets alone. I don't know what to do or what to believe right now. I'm contemplating trying to find and reach out to Natalia. Her name in real life is pretty unique, so I think I could find her. Steve thinks I should come back home and let it go, that his past shouldn't affect our future. I feel like I could be the asshole because everything Steve has said about Natalia does make it sound like she was manipulative and petty throughout their relationship, but I don't know what to trust. Edit, I realize I didn't clarify enough about the points, especially the cleaning. Though I edit here. When we moved in together 8 months ago, the cleaning was 50-50. Since then, he's been doing less and less, and I'd say it's like 70-30, maybe 60-40, if he listens to me right away. It depends on the week. I have to remind him to do things and like bring his plates to the sink and take out the trash, and I didn't have to before. The dishes will pile up unless I do them, to the point where he had leftover food mold on the plates. I'm not a confrontational person, so I was just asking him to fix it when it came up. The note made me reflect on it more and try to have an actual full conversation, and I will say I didn't feel listened to when I talked to him about it. I tried to use the note to start a conversation about cleaning, and he got so stuck on that I was listening to his ex instead of him, that he wouldn't listen to what I think are valid concerns. He thinks I'm letting the note have confirmation bias, so no matter what he says, I'll think he's in the wrong. Also, I didn't leave him permanently. This all happened yesterday, and I only spent one night at a friend's because I didn't feel like our conversation was going anywhere last night. He wouldn't let me sleep until I let it go. I'm going back today and wanted to get advice and feedback before I do. I fucking saw that out of the corner of my eye.
Lost the controller that time.
I'm going back today and wanted to get advice and feedback before I do. Edit to, I appreciate all the comments and advice. I'm heading back to our place now. My plan is to first apologize for immediately bringing him the note without thinking of his feelings and validate that it's hard to have an ex's message found. That being said, you're all right that I've been letting the cleaning stuff get away. I don't want to be in a relationship where I have to ask him repeatedly to clean. It was pointed out to me that he should have cleaned the shelves during his move from his ex's place, but the fact that it hasn't been touched in 5 years is forcing me to take the note seriously. I don't want to throw away 2 years, so I'm going to ask him to come up with some clear cleaning expectations with me and designated chores. I will make it. What the fuck are you two doing? Sorry, my cats are being menaces right now. I will make it clear that cleaning is absolutely a deal breaker for me. It's his decision on how he wants to respond. I'll try to update y'all again. Thank you so much for the advice. So, oh my god. Okay. I didn't realize it had 2 updates to it.
I will already say chat don't like this man.
Bro, I don't like him.
Teacher.
Fuck.
Shadow.
They're being fucking menaces, baby. Yes.
This man's a bitch. And I'm saying that simply because I've already forgot how the message or how the fucking post phrased it and everything, but whenever the single part of him trying to make her feel bad for finding the note, instead of having sitting down and having a conversation like what she was trying to do, you're going to get mad and start throwing a tantrum and, oh, well, it's just my ex trying to ruin everything for me again. Like, she just always like, no, buddy. No, this time it's not. This time it's my demons again. This time it's certain habits that your partner is put up with for a while now. And she's trying to have a conversation with you about what the fuck the problem is and come to a compromise, and you just want to get mad at her and throw a fit because she's simply asking you, hey, maybe pick up the slack a little bit that you haven't been recently.
Oh
But,
yeah,
like,
dude. I have 2 things
I mean,
with that so far.
I had a
That's my
person
fucking
at one
thighs.
point
What the hell?
that kind of did the same shit where they didn't clean up after themselves. Like, dishes wouldn't get taken downstairs unless me or the parent grabbed the fucking dishes and everything.
She wants to speak.
Okay.
She has a
Yes.
talking stick now.
Sorry.
She has the talking
Sorry,
stick now.
sorry, sorry.
The fuck? You can't just cut him off. I was waiting patiently with my hand up. Calm down. So I feel like it's a red flag that he's not cleaning at all either.
See, yeah.
It cleans less and less. It gets so bad that there's like food mold on the plate.
Tonight.
That's what
Then
happened.
it has been sitting there for like 1 or 2 weeks before that happened. It's disgusting and I can't.
Like I said,
Well, and it's also-
You got me. Fucking food mold, bro. Yeah, I'm forgetful. Like I'll get a plate. I'll like eat. I'll forget to take it upstairs. But then the next moment, I get
We
a
don't talk
chance,
about it.
I take the plate upstairs and deal with it. I don't let it sit for like a fucking week.
Exactly.
Brother, what the
And I
fuck?
will say, the toll
if
that
I
that
see
takes
that
on
on a
somebody
plate-
just... Go ahead, sorry, keep going. No, you keep going.
If I see that on the plate, I'm never gonna eat from that plate again. It's so disgusting to see.
Go
There's
fucking
Right?
trash the
on the
plate,
plate.
burn it.
Well, and here's the thing too that I've
I'm
like.
never eating from that plate again.
It's the fact that he got defensive too, and instead of that note being found, you didn't have what like I'm sorry, if I'm such an uncleanly person that hi Duke, that somebody can
Goddamn
find
Manelli.
a note saying like, hey, they don't clean, you're not gonna sit back and think like, oh, they're right. Or I would have found that. Like, where's the clarity of being like, hey, I should probably start doing more? And why
Well,
did you get so defensive?
also-
Because if it's something I've learned, if a guy or a woman ever says that every last single ex is psychotic, is manipulative, that they try to ruin everything, who's really the bad guy? Because it's probably not them.
In some, I will counterject with some of that because I've had those situations. Like sadly, I've had situations where they were like that. So I will counterject where sometimes the guy or the girl actually is telling the truth. It is a very 50-50 chance that it's a true statement, but it's also it could be a lie at the same time. That's where I will counterject, but also the fact that note was 5 years old says
Yeah.
something even
Yeah.
more.
Also,
Yeah.
chat says that Shadow is an
Holy
Enderman.
shit!
I'm an Enderman. Yeah, I keep just...
Bro, with you teleport everywhere, it makes sense. He just needs the fucking particle effect at this point, just the fucking...
Oh,
He's the
Lord.
pumps, motherfucker.
Squish. Or Alexia, whoever, whenever...
Can we get this
will
man
get that
Enderman
put on
smoke whenever
this.
his shit bugs out? Just fucking poof.
Sing.
But you said it had
But no,
2
the one
updates,
other
correct?
thing I was... The one last thing I will say to it, though, with the food
Yes,
stuff
it does.
is
Sorry.
that's
Her food came here.
also very taxing to be in that
Fair enough.
fucking environment because it's like you want to, or at least
Thank you,
me,
baby.
and I could have went about this the incorrect way, but it's like you want
Cat is just
to
sitting behind me
continue
staring.
doing it for them to make sure that like the area and everything stays clean, but at the same time knowing that if you continue to do it for them, then they're never going to do it themselves. But on the same hand, if you don't do it, then it's never going to get done. And it's such
True.
a fucking just it's such a shitty environment to be in. I've been in it like twice now.
Well, it's like just
One's
pick a
for
bath
sure,
for
the
yourself.
other
It's
one's
not that
iffy.
hard. Like that's like common
It's
sense
not.
that we learned. I smacked the shit out of my waist tracker. It's sitting in front of me and I'm not used to it and I don't like it.
Like Shadow is.
No,
I'm
until
about to Enderman this bitch.
so hi stream. I have
Listen,
typically 4 base
Shadow, your-
stations. 2 of
your
them did the
local
red dot of
Enderman
death. So I'm sitting with 2
Kinda
across
sounds
the room
pretty
like
cool.
this, and so my hip tracker is here when it's normally on my like lower back, and it's bugging me, so I don't know it's there, and I'm hitting it. I don't like it.
But yeah, just oh my god, fucking! I'm gonna say it is. Run, fucking run!
Get the fuck out
Like,
of
in
there.
that
So-
situation, get out.
Again, the
Hit us
time
with those
limit-
updates.
I'm gonna summarize this little update because
Mhm.
this isn't like the official update. This is like a small smidget update of her conversation with him when she got back. Sorry, I only have one hand. I'm eating.
You're good.
Oh my
So
god.
That's
pretty
not
much,
sharing.
she went back. She apologized for confronting him with the note. He took this as an admission of guilt and refused to listen to anything else. She had to come up with specific instances of him not cleaning. He said I was using lists just like his manipulative ex did. So his crazy ex thing, like you all said, like the people in the comments, was definitely a red flag. Like that was true.
Big red flag.
Ezo?
She realized the conversation wasn't going anywhere, so she was
Juice out.
trying to leave. He blocked her from leaving. That's when she knew it was done and left immediately. 2 years down the drain.
You don't do that.
She let him cool off and then asked her brother to go with her to grab her things while he's not there.
Smart.
He's
Is that brother?
She said she's planning on leaving a note there, probably a little longer, with advice to not show it to him, leaving it in the exact same place. So if he doesn't learn his lesson about cleaning, it'll come to haunt him. The biggest surprise was Natalia. She didn't reach out to Natalia. Natalia reached out to her. Apparently, he borrowed his friend's phone to call her, screaming that she was ruining his life still. And the fact that she blocked him and that he still had her number memorized just further confirms that he was the crazy ex, not her. Natalia found her on social media and wanted to make sure she was okay. They scheduled coffee for Thursday afternoon.
Aw.
Hey.
We
And
love trauma
then
bonding.
She found a new place. She had emergency savings and a decent job, so she's in a better place. So that's kind of like the TLDR from that. Oh.
All right.
Oh no.
What's the
Oh god.
I'm just glad she got out, but it's the fact that you're saying oh no, and I'm assuming there's another update after we think it's done.
So, do you want me to read you the TLDR first, or do you want me just to read the update?
Just read the update.
Just update, please.
Here's the update.
So, this was August 28th, so it was the next day.
There goes Shadow. Hi, Shadow.
He's ascending.
I didn't know if I was gonna come back from that one for a moment.
So first, I want to respond to the comments
Dropping me, take me. if you're
saying I
going
broke
to.
up a two-year relationship over a note and chores. No, I broke up a 2-year relationship because I tried to come up with solutions to an unequal situation. His response was to yell and try to convince me there was no problem except me. That was the final straw. I can't find my trigger. There it is.
That
Okay.
sounds really
The final straw was when he was physically blocking me from leaving the house after he was screaming at me. This was not okay.
Oh yeah, hell no.
And no one should stay with a man who responds to the conflict like that. The actual update.
your brother,
I wound
have
up
him beat his
texting the
ass.
post to Natalia last night, and she thought it was great. She, like some of you, asked me about the pets. For context, one of the things Steve and I connected on was our love for little creatures. It's why I thought he was such a great guy, because if he could take such intricate care of a lizard, he could do the same with me. I was very wrong. He has one lizard he bought before me, and then we bought 2 frogs together. I have a snake I brought with me when I moved in. I was planning on waiting until he cooled down to grab my things and the frogs and the snake, thinking he would never hurt them, but Natalia changed my mind. She said he could get destructive when he's mad and concerned me about the safety of my little guys. I immediately knew I wouldn't wait until later this week and reached out for a meeting with the landlord earlier this morning. I wound up FaceTiming Natalia last night and we had a long discussion. Natalia is a lawyer and told me that in our state, landlords are required to let me get out of the lease I sign in cases of domestic violence. These fucking cats, I swear to living Jesus. So she also told me that his yelling, gaslighting, and refusing to let me leave are all types of abuse. It's definitely hard for me to sit with that, but the love and respect relationship quiz helped me also realize a bit more last night. Apparently, his constant messaging and control over what I wore was signs of abuse too. Anyways, this morning Natalia volunteered to come and talk to the landlord with me alongside my brother. As soon as he heard the word lawyer, he was on top of it and said I could break the lease, but would still have to pay for all of August, even though I was leaving 3 days early. I feel that that was fair. He also messaged Steve to say that the apartment needed to be empty for emergency maintenance all day today, so I could pack my things. Steve messaged back that he was at work all day and wouldn't be able to be home until 6 p.m. When I got into the apartment, it was a mess. He had broken my dishes that I had brought with me on the ground and left shards laying about. My clothes were ripped up and scattered around the room. It was disgusting and heartbreaking. He left his lizard alone, but opened the tank doors for our frogs and my snake. Luckily, the frogs were still chilling in their enclosure, but my snake had gotten loose. This made me the most mad, as she could have gotten cut on the broken plates. I felt so fortunate that she was just hiding in a closet corner and I was able to pack her up safely in her enclosure again. All my things are packed and I'm writing this as my brother drives me back to my friend's house right now. Natalia told me that she actually left 3 notes, one in the cabinet, one on the underside of the vacuum, and one in the crumb catcher of the toaster. While we were there, we checked to see if the notes were still there. The one on the vacuum was, but it looks like Steve did clean out the crumb catcher at least once in the past 5 years. He never told me he had already found a note in our conversation, so it caught me by surprise. Natalia and I left the vacuum note as is and replaced the cabinet one. I wasn't comfortable leaving my name on the new note, so my addition was a handout on healthy versus unhealthy relationships and a QR code to the quiz that woke me up.
Yes.
Natalia and I said if he didn't find the notes in those 5 years, especially after the move, he probably wouldn't have found them again. I'm inclined to agree, especially given he did find one, but they didn't even clean the rest of the house to see if there were any more. Steve doesn't make sense to me, and seeing the state of the apartment really woke me up to the fact that I have no idea who he is. The Steve I knew would never put animals in danger, but I don't think I really ever knew Steve. To the people saying it's pathetic that I broke up my relationship because of chores and Reddit, I encourage you to reflect on the subtle ways that abuse starts. This Reddit thread woke me up to it and gave me the resources to get out safely before it got any worse. I also made an appointment for a therapist. I'm lucky that my job has good insurance, so I should be able to work through this relationship and hoping to focus on my boundaries and people-pleasing habits so I never find myself in this situation again. To the people wishing that Natalia and I would get together, we had a good laugh about it. Natalia is engaged to a wonderful man who cleans, listens, and reflects. She said there's a phenomenon that when people break up with their awful ex, their soulmate can quickly follow. I'm hoping that's true. Regardless, I do think I got a good friend out of this, especially since Natalia is a snake mom too. This is my final update. I hope if you learn anything from my experience, it's that abuse doesn't start right away. First, there's love bombing, gifts, and pretty words, and then slowly they test how much you'll put up with. You should never have to put up with anything, especially moldy fucking plates. TLDR, after anything's due to his behavior, Steve destroyed our apartment and let my snake loose, but I was able to get off the lease and get my things with Natalia's help. Now I am safe and looking for a new place to live.
Thank God that she's okay.
We're getting out of there.
Oh my God. I'm glad that everybody's okay and that all the animals are okay.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Can he become a felon now? That's animal endangerment in the fullest.
Maybe.
Fucking put him on a registry.
Oh, they knocked down their fucking cat tree. What the fuck?
I will say, at first, chat was teetering on the edge of agreeing that OP was a little kind of crazy petty. And then after that update, they said, never mind, he's psycho.
More and more, they're like, yeah, no, that dude's fucking nuts.
That's crazy!
Yeah,
You
no,
endangered
see,
so many animals!
Not only
fixed
that,
it.
like just the fucking I'm sorry. I'm still hung up on the not picking up after yourself kind of like. If it the only
got it,
reason
baby.
I would ever say that it's excusable
Thank you, though.
in the slightest
Well, and like
would
the
be if
tantrum
it's like
of
a cultural
breaking
thing.
plates and creating a hazard, that is
Nice.
wild. Because like when I left my
Exactly.
ex and moved out, you wanna know what I did? Left.
You
That
got
was
your
it.
shit and left. Yeah. That's what I did whenever I moved out from my ex as well. I showed up that night, grabbed my shit, and drove the fuck away.
Well, because if you're throwing a tantrum and you're like, I'm gonna break
Like-
all these belongings and da 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 da, now you are crazy as fuck. Like, just leave, dude. If someone, and I think what's worse is this wasn't OP breaking up and then having a tantrum. This was the ex responding horrendously and breaking his own things, essentially. Well, they're hers, but you know what I mean? Like, you live there. She's out. She's gone.
Yeah.
She's freed herself from that scenario. You went and trashed the place that you still live in, motherfucker. Have fun picking all that up,
That you're
or
gonna have
living
to-
with glass shards everywhere.
and having to pay
Fries!
or having to pay for the damages and shit like the repairs and everything of anything and everything that you have to get repaired now because you threw a little fucking baby tantrum and wanted to go and thought that screaming and yelling and breaking things was gonna make somebody give you what you fucking wanted.
I'm fucking
Fucking-
pissed.
Again, a bitch. Mans is a bitch.
I dropped my fries.
Your fries are a bitch too.
Your fries are a bitch too. Oh my lord.
Worst part is
Jim.
I didn't drop them in my lap. They're on the floor. The floor had cat litter and cat fur and everything. So and Mason's
The fries are
Mason was
No.
Mason was over here picking it up and be like, I'm not letting you eat these, and I'm like,
So,
fries.
with Dog and Alexia being here and being our couple for the night, I want your guys' input on something. Just cleaning in general. Say Dog does not pick up after himself. How would you handle that?
I'm not his mom. I'll ask him to do it.
And I would do it out of sheer respect and due to the fact that, like, since I'm moving into her place, I will respect her rules and follow them. And just
Oh my God,
out
would
of
you
my
guys
own
look at
kindness and
that?
my own heart and being her
Healthy
partner, if she tells
communication
me,
isn't hard.
I will actually do it.
Like if
Like,
I do it
it's
too,
not that
like
hard.
I expect him to tell me like, hey, pick up after yourself.
Yeah, and I'm like, it's not that hard. Like, I don't know. Not bad. Fucking, I don't know how people struggle. Like, I really don't. Can my hand come back to me, please?
No,
Jesus,
because
whatever.
like
But
even
I
with
don't know
me and
how
Rosie,
people
that's so
struggle with
easy.
such simple things.
Because they went to Reddit. That was their first mistake. But it's I don't know. I've seen so many people who don't clean up after themselves while their friends, family, or just people on the internet going onto Reddit. But like if the house is messy, one, I'm a clean freak. If I have extra time in the morning, I've already done it. I don't really typically ask him for help because I just like doing it myself because I find it soothing. But like if I'm at work and I know there's something that I didn't have time to do, once he's up, let him be alive with the world for like an hour or so and then be like, "Hey, can you do dishes or can you
Mhm.
vacuum?" It is done.
Fair enough.
Like
Yeah.
it gets that's
Mason
how
and I usually
communication
clean together on Sundays. We usually
or set a
clean
day to
together
do
on
it.
Sundays.
It's like it's so fucking I hate people. I hate people. A very Valentine's-y
I don't know.
episode.
Like, it's not that hard to fix. It's not that hard to do, and it's like it's such a simple thing. Like, just genuinely have respect for your partner, and they will respect you. If you do the small things, it means a lot more because it shows that you actually care. The small things is what's important. Small little things like picking up after yourself, or if they left something like lying around that you like that they didn't notice, go up behind them and pick it up for them and just do it right then and there. So then it's not something that like later you have to like later it has to be dealt with anyway. Just do it immediately to take care of it. It makes it so much easier and makes everything smoother. So personally, I'm
Preach
like,
it louder for
it's
the ones in the
small-
back.
Fucking honestly, chat, it's so simple. I don't know how some people struggle with it, but it's such a small thing that means so much to where like it could mean like it could make like their day. Like if like especially like if they're coming home and you've been home all day and they come home to see like a nice clean fucking house, like, and they never had to ask you, nothing had to be said, you just did it. For one, brownie points. Two, it lightens the load off of them. Three, it's just nice to do because it lets them walk into a house that's clean so they can actually like come home from like a stressful day of work and know that they can relax and not have to worry about doing anything to actually properly deal with it. Like they can just come
Precisely.
home, sit down, either play games, watch TV, or just relax. Like it's
As
something
Katy
that just
Perry
means
said,
so much.
it's the best fucking foreplay to clean the house for your partner.
Exactly.
That is valid. I will also say
Quoting Katy
chat
Perry,
said
exactly.
to be the Superman or woman to your partner, because it's at the end of the day you don't
Exactly.
have to go and buy like fancy bags or cars or expensive
No.
things to make your partner happy. It's hey, I cooked dinner for you.
It's the small shit.
Hey, I cleaned the house for you.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah, like it's the small shit, and I don't
precisely
understand how people have that issue.
Well, it's precisely the for you part is where I've seen a lot of people fucking drop the ball on everything, because so many people nowadays in a lot of relationships they get hung up on the, well, I cleaned the house. It wasn't I cleaned the house for you. It's, well, I did this, I did that, I did these things.
That's something that people. That's something
What
that
are the things
pisses
that
me
you
off.
did?
Like,
don't
And
make
it's
it a
like-
tally
it's like,
score.
that's
I
not
would
how
never
this-
do that to her. I would
Exactly.
never do that to her. I'd be like, hey, I cleaned up the entire house, so you don't have to worry about it. So you can just relax.
Exactly.
Like, I'm not gonna hold things over her head and like make her
Well, because
feel
it's not a
bad.
competition
Like, no.
in a relationship. You guys are
It's
a
not.
duo. You do things together. And I know, like, a lot of people always say,
Exactly.
you know, it's 50-50. That's wrong. Nothing is ever going to be 50-50 because you're going to have bad days. Some days it's going to be
God, no.
70-30 or less or more.
She
As
can have
What
a bad
matters
day. I
is
help
that
her. I
you
can have a
care.
bad day. She helps me.
Exactly.
Or like
Exactly.
something could possibly happen for both of us. Like we both have a bad day, but we still do our best to help each other, no matter how little or how much it means. It's that just little bits of, yes, me and Alexia live miles apart, several miles apart. But anytime she has a
5
bad day
miles.
or I have a bad day, yeah, love. I'm making a point. But it's
I
just
think
like
there's
we
a
can
little
both
bit
have
of
a
water in
really bad
between there somewhere.
Yeah, we could both have a really rough day. And then if we both need to just disconnect from Discord and just sit by ourselves, we'll do that. Because just being in each other's presence, even if we're not really talking, we're just either sitting there watching something or like playing something. Or she's watching me play a game or I'm watching her do something. It's that. Just being there for your partner is
Yeah.
more than enough. It's not
Yep.
something that needs to be such like a big problem. It never does. But that's what people make it about. They make it about a bigger problem than it actually has to be.
Exactly.
Like,
Preach it. Listen.
so please
People are
don't make it a big
stupid.
issue. Keep it as
Yeah.
a small issue because then you both feel better.
And just
From a
communicate.
man who's in a good relationship and had really bad situationships in the past to this, trust me, it's the small stuff. That's all you need to worry about, like ever.
And from a
things
man
That's
who,
why. That's why I focus like the small things, like in every relationship. If I notice something small and I don't fucking like it, I'll bring it up. Maybe.
communication.
I'm not confrontational either.
yeah, I
Not
get
a lot of people
that.
are. I'm not either.
No, like,
I'm a little baby bitch. I'm gonna go throw my nuggets away.
While she throws her nuggets
No,
away,
like,
I'm gonna get
honestly.
this story pulled up.
Alrighty.
but honestly though, it's like, don't have fights, have conversations, like just talk to each other. A
Ooh, yeah, I
relationship
heard the damn
isn't
trash
a
can.
competition. Jesus Christ. A relationship isn't a competition.
It's not.
It's a co-op game. It's not a fucking like Who's better than
It's
who?
not you against the world. It's not just
Exactly.
you against the world. It's you and your partner. You're both
It's-
against the world. Your job is to help her, and her job is to help you. Or either other way, his job to help her, and like vice versa. No matter what, you're together in this. Always.
Yeah.
No matter what.
And do the IKEA test. The IKEA test is great. You can
The fuck
go
is
in an
You two can
IKEA.
assemble
Building some.
IKEA furniture together without
No.
yelling at each other.
Also, if you can stay in IKEA, like get the whole trip without getting annoyed at each other, it's awesome.
That too. If you can go to a proper furniture store, and
Mason and I did that.
each both agree. I will be doing that eventually. That is something that will come up when I'm.
So our desk is, we have like the single IKEA drawers, and then we just have like the top, like the tabletops. We put together the drawers together, and I don't remember. I don't think we yelled at each other. I think we just were like sassy with each other.
Fair. But
And then we did take it a trip. We did take a trip to IKEA and we were fine.
So
We only
your
have
husband is
quote
calling you
one
out in the
purchase
chat real
together.
fast.
Oh.
Put one desk
I
together,
will-
and it was let me just fucking do it because you're getting mad moments.
yeah.
So, as a final
Totally
say
fair.
piece on this, I'm gonna read Wonder's comment from the chat, and then I'll get to the third story.
Yeah, all right.
What are you opening? He's opening cookies. So we get Wonder said there is the exception of not wanting to be the only one doing anything, i.e., working, and then having to do everything around the house. It was a problem me and Squish had at first, but it has gotten a ton better through talking.
Mhm.
And also she won't bring it up. That's bull. LOL.
Okay, the only reason I bring it up is because I'm a little ashamed of it. There were times when I wasn't working, because when I first moved out here, I was unemployed for like, I think the first 8 months.
That's probably how I'm gonna be. Don't worry.
And
We're gonna be in that same
my job was to, at the time when I first moved out, clean our studio apartment, which wasn't that hard. I did really good with that. But when we moved to this apartment and I was still unemployed, it definitely did get worse.
He does say that he loves you in the chat.
I love you too, babe. But it definitely did get worse when we moved into this apartment. To the point where, like, I would forget to clean, and then it would be frustrating for the both of us because he would get frustrated at me for not doing it when I told him I would do it, and then vice versa. Like, I would get upset and frustrated because he was upset and frustrated.
There's a whole cycle.
The whole cycle. But it's
All
better.
right, chill.
It's a lot better.
So this next story is again from r/relationship advice. I was stalking the hell out of this subreddit this morning in my car.
I figured.
So it is my 26 female husband, 26 male. His family keeps referring to me as his best friend. What does this mean? My husband, Robbie, and I got married earlier this year. It was a beautiful day, and I felt so much love and support from both sides of our family. 2 months ago, after our wedding day, we celebrated my birthday at my in-laws' house. It was nothing major, just a dinner and a night together with me, my husband, and his mom and dad, both in their 50s, and sister, who's 22. This is the first night I noticed them referring to me as Robbie's best friend. After my birthday dinner, we were all sitting together in the living room just chatting and having some drinks. That is when my sister-in-law got a phone call from a good friend of hers. She answered the phone, her best friend asked what she was doing, and she replied that it was her brother's best friend's birthday. I had never heard anyone refer to me as Robbie's best friend. I am his wife, and before that we were still engaged for over 2 years. Hearing my sister-in-law refer to me like that confused me greatly. I always refer to her as my sister-in-law, and I would expect her to do the same, or maybe even as Robbie's wife, but certainly not best friend. After sister-in-law hung up the phone, I asked her why she referred to me that way, And she did not see at all phased. She just said, well, you're best friends. And that's what my mom and dad call you, referring to mother-in-law and father-in-law. My sister-in-law and I are by no means very close, but we are nice to each other and we've never had any fights. We just don't hang out outside of family functions because our personalities are pretty different. She's never made it seem like she was annoyed or mad at me. I decided to let it go that night even though I was weirded out, but then it happened again a few days ago, which is why I'm making this post. My mother-in-law and I both work at the same industry doing similar jobs, but at different companies in the area. Sometimes our companies collaborate and we have clients who switch over. This week we had that happen. I had to pay a visit to my mother-in-law's office to help a client transition. My mother-in-law was in the office, so I stopped by to say hello. While I was there, she introduced me to her colleague, and once again, I was perplexed at how she did it. She said, "Oh, this is my son's best friend," as I was shaking hands with the colleague. I paused and awkwardly said, "I'm his wife." The colleague looked confused, but mother-in-law continued to smile and didn't address it. Once we were all alone, I asked her why she referred to me like that, just like my sister-in-law didn't seem to act like it was weird at all. Just like my sister-in-law, mother-in-law was not like weirded out by that, and she said the same thing of, well, you are best friends. The only thing I could think to explain is that my vows to Robbie, I promised to continue being his best friend. Nobody acted like this was odd or special. I feel like it's a pretty common thing to put in vows, so I'm not sure why his family seems to have clung to it unless it has nothing to do with everything. I've spoken to Robbie about this too, and he is also perplexed by it. We asked his parents privately about it, and they gave him the same answer they've been giving me. All of this just feels like some sort of bullying behavior to me, and I've never felt a sense of this from them before. Are they calling me his best friend because they don't like the fact that I'm his wife? Or maybe is it some inside joke they've been in on without me? I'm not sure what to do or what to make of it, especially because the in-laws are acting like it's not an issue when I bring it up. Yes, I am Robbie's best friend, but I'm also his life partner and their daughter-in-law or sister-in-law. I don't know what to do. Any input or advice would be welcome.
I'll say this now. I'm standing for this. My fiance, right? If his mother loved her to death, loved that southern woman to death, if she ever pulled that shit, I swear to God, I know you can hear me. Babe, I know you can hear me twice. You can hear me from the room, you can hear me on this. If your mom ever calls me that shit, I
You
swear
realize
to
you're
God,
just giving him fuel to give to his mother to tease you with
you
the next
shut
time
the
that y'all
fuck
have
up.
anything going. Do it, do it.
You shut
Do it.
the...
See,
Also, my input, what kind of like weird
Yeah, see that.
fucking backwoods cult bullshit
Did you?
family did she marry into? Because the only thing I can think of is that would be creepy as fuck. It said there like you're genuinely concerned about something with somebody, and you ask them, and they're just sitting here, just like a stoic fucking pose with a smile on their face. Well, you are best friends. And then just staring at you with a creepy ass smile and everything. Like, what kind of cult shit
Like,
did I get myself? Okay, bye
so
guys.
real quick,
Shit like
your
that.
husband said that 1,
Yeah.
he would correct her. 2, she would whoop your ass.
okay, I will say, I am very frightened of his mother.
Squishy says she will throw hands, but in reality, she will have a slightly
Not with his
talk
mother.
to and then
not with his
run
mother.
out of the
See,
room.
No.
What I find
Not
interesting
with his
about
mother.
this is definitely like the name thing, but here's my only logic on it, sort of kind of. And I have to take this out of like a personal view. Me and Rosie are not married yet. But even before then, even before we were engaged, his mom took so much pride when introducing me if I wasn't just his girlfriend or just his fiance. It had always been, "Oh no, that's my daughter-in-law. That one's mine. That one over there, yeah, no, that one's mine. She's marrying my son." Like there
That's
was
what-
no, oh,
that's
they're
what
best
his-
friends.
What a
Like
supportive family is. I feel like
She-
the family doesn't like her for whatever reason, and so they're hoping that this like psycho fucking messes with his brain enough to make him be like to look at her as more of just a best friend rather than a partner or a wife or something like that. Because some people can be depending on their own willpower and the people around them doing it, they can be heavily manipulated by their family and shit, just simply, or not even just family, but like by family and the other people around them, by sitting here and what?
the chat's cracking me up. I'm sorry, it's not you. It was what was put in the chat.
Okay. I thought I was going on too long
What
for a
was
moment.
put?
My apologies. But no, you get
It's
what I'm
a
saying, though. It's
memoir.
like
Hi, baby.
it could be a toxic ass family and shit that's just trying to be like, oh yeah, you're just best friends. Oh, you're just best friends. Oh, you're not together. You're just best friends. What do you
It's
mean?
almost
you're
like
his
it's
wife? You're just best
invalidating
friends.
the
Recognize her.
marriage.
Yeah,
Alexia?
that's like
Yeah, they don't recognize her as the daughter-in-law.
which
That they
is
just
that's
see
so
her as
fucking
like a
toxic.
person.
I feel like Mason's mom kind of did the same thing as what Rosie's mom did. Is be like, babe, correct me if I'm wrong. She'd be like, oh, that's Mason's little lady, but like heavily Southern. Heavily
I will say,
Southern.
in chat,
You see that right there?
so
That
there is a
little one, my
memoir
darling honey bun.
from Ruby that says, "Here lies Squishy. She died from the hands of Demon herself, aka mother-in-law. It's a joke. Don't kill me." And your husband responded, "To be fair, I'm more scared of that your husband is more scared of his own mother than all the men in the family."
Yeah.
That's fair.
He has
Makes
stated
sense.
he has
That's
stated
gotta be how
he
it
has
is.
stated that before. He is
Most
more afraid of
sons
his
are
mother.
terrified of their mother than anybody else.
He is more afraid of his mother than he is any men in my family.
Yeah.
That's what he means.
Ooh. Damn.
Which
So-
keep in mind,
Ooh, lag
keep
spike.
in mind, I will say this. Out of 17 grandkids, there are only 4 girls
Oh my god.
on my dad's
That's
side.
a lot.
I am the 6th oldest out of 17.
Dear God.
Put it back in your fucking pants, dear
So okay,
Jesus.
for context, my aunt had 4 boys. 3 of them are
Them's
all older than
cousins.
me.
Them's
One's
ain't related to you.
Half. Ish.
3 of them are older by a couple, like a bit,
Everybody
but they're
knows
older.
cousins ain't real family.
And then the
They're just
4th one
cousins.
is 2 months
Just
younger than I am.
That's about it.
There goes.
My uncle Kevin has 4 biological and 1 adoptive. 2 boys, 2 girls. And then the adopted one is
Balanced it.
also a girl.
You
My
balanced
other uncle in Arizona has a boy and a girl. My dad and my mom technically only have me. And then I'm missing an uncle. Wait.
She's gonna have an.
My other uncle has 3
Alright,
boys.
get the milk cartons.
And then there's some other aunts and uncles in there through marriage and stuff that also have more boys than girls. That's like a curse that we have in my family. It's just mainly boys,
the all boy curse.
which is why I'm scared.
So I will say,
I'm scared.
Oh, get ready.
there is an update.
Ooh.
Let me boink this. All right. So here we are. Thanks to everyone who offered helpful advice and to those who have been kind and sharing their own experiences. I'm sorry to hear that this is not I'm sorry to hear that this is not not exactly a unique experience. Unfortunately, for my relationship with Robbie's family, shit has hit the fan. Yesterday afternoon, Robbie and I were invited over to his parents' house for dinner. I have a big project due this week at work, so I need to stay home and wrap it up. I told Robbie to go catch up with his family while I order a pizza. Apparently, this is when Robbie decided that tonight he was going to set things straight and figure out why his mom and sister keep referring to me as his best friend. Please keep in mind that I'm telling this story based on the details that my husband has given me. Robbie had a normal dinner with his folks. They were all drinking a bit more than usual. Robbie had decided to bring over some scotch that one of his groomsmen had given him as a wedding gift. So him and his dad were especially loose. Robbie and his dad tend to have guy time together after dinners where they hang out in his dad's garage and talk about car stuff and projects at home or work. This is where Robbie confronted his dad about the whole situation. From what I can tell, it took some coaxing to get this information out of father-in-law, but eventually he admitted to Robbie that my mother-in-law and sister-in-law and him were all on some sort of bet as to how long mine and Robbie's marriage was going to last. Father-in-law's bet that we would stay together, whereas mother-in-law bet less than 1 year and sister-in-law bet less than 6 months. Apparently, there's a cash prize involved. I don't really know how much it was. Father-in-law admitted that he believes the whole best friend thing was a way to get under my skin and cause doubts about my relationship with Robbie and his family. They think that if they acted as if it was a non-issue for long enough, that it would drive me crazy and start making me angry at Robbie for not intervening. Robbie then says he stormed into the house and confronted his mother about all of this. It ended in a screaming match between Robbie, mother-in-law, and father-in-law. Robbie eventually stormed out and walked to a nearby gas station, and from there he called me for a ride since he couldn't drive. This morning, when I drove Robbie back to get his car, we had a horribly awkward conversation with his parents. Mother-in-law was apparently pissed at father-in-law for betraying the secret, and they were fighting about it all night. Father-in-law will be staying with us in our extra bedroom for a couple of days or until they calm down and talk to each other again. Robbie is now set on going no contact with his mother or sister. He is angry with his father but is more willing to forgive him. Personally, I would prefer if we saw a family therapist before doing this, but we are still ironing out the details. Hopefully, we can get this through with both marriages intact. And that is it.
Oh my god.
Narcissistic
What the fuck?
fucking pieces of shit.
What the fuck?
Mom and
Okay,
The
mom and
door.
dad, I will say this.
The door.
At least the fucking dad said that they would stay together. Like that.
At least the dad had faith.
the
At least the dad had faith.
when
had
in it,
actual faith.
guarantee
The
you.
mother and the sister were the problem.
And the problem is they
Guarantee
started
the
to
mo-
bet.
That too. The moment they
Exactly,
put money on
exactly.
it, bro, that's not cool.
How much money?
Guarantee you, mom and sister didn't fucking.
That's a good question.
Do you think the dad won it?
They
Didn't like her.
won, and for whatever
Probably.
reason, and they were
He'll
just
win it in the
trying to get
divorce.
him to
Putting up with her.
split. And I
And now
don't know.
it's-
Just, okay,
Shadow, your hip
my
shifted,
shit-
what shifted you?
Yeah, no, we're gonna fix that while we're still talking and everything. That's cool. Where's my cord at? I need to plug this in. But no, like, honest to God, this is parents, stop taking pictures of me like I'm a fucking zoo animal. You.
Take a picture will last longer.
But what if you are?
So Ruby said in the chat
I
that
mean, you already keep me in a cage.
the mother-in-law and sister-in-law treated this like it was horse racing.
They really
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Ooh.
100%.
That's
They
too accurate, brother. Your foot.
I know. I'm recalibrating this shit. I'm sorry. Okay.
Alexia, you don't know where that
Moment.
foot's
Buy your
been.
shoes. You don't know where those have been.
Not in any
You know what
places
it
that
is?
you would have wanted it to be.
Hey, yo.
No, I think placing a
Listen, you
bet
don't
on a
know what's these
relationship
sidewalks.
is so horrendous. Like, you don't have to like people. You don't
It's
have to
fucking
like who
disgusting.
your son or your daughter, who they are with, right? You don't have to like them. But if you like seeing your son or daughter happy, you shut your
creases,
fucking
Jake.
mouth and you don't do things to cause issues. And also just like on a not
be
necessarily
buying young
logical,
pair.
but strictly on how bets work. If you place a bet on something, you cannot alter it in your favor or you're cheating. And the fact that they were going
Exactly.
out of their way to get under her skin and be like, "Oh no, best friend." Like what?
Like the fact, like that is instigating, which is
It
not
is.
cool. Like you're
It's
trying to force it to happen to your time schedule, which isn't cool.
why would you wanna if your son is fucking happy, ecstatic, married to the love of his life,
Let him be
enjoying
happy.
his fucking life and everything else like that? Why the fuck are you trying to destroy that?
We should start placing
You're-
bets on
you're-
when the
at
dad
that
and
point-
mother-in-law are getting divorced.
Bro,
I
they
give it
should.
3 months
See,
after this.
should.
No, that's
See,
no.
I think
the
my
mom
own
and
father
sister-
needs to hear some words of wisdom from this conversation.
Oh, don't worry, I have a
That
story
mother
for
and
you when we're
father-
not streaming.
Are quite they're narcissistic pieces of shit. To me, it's quite literally the
Don't tell
for lack
you
of
the
better
good time.
for lack of
Boo.
better terms and
Say
stuff
that
like
now.
that. It's fucking fuck. I just lost my whole train of thought. Nice girls, the popular girls. This is quite literally the mom and daughter playing like high school. We're the popular girls, and we're gonna like tease this little like loser girl that we don't fucking like and everything until she leaves us alone, and somebody that we think is worthy of our son / brother comes to join the family, and somebody who's we can enjoy as well. That's all I'm getting from this. Is the
You-
mom and the
you
sister
know what
are
I think about
narcissistic
that?
pieces of shit.
You know what I think about that? The door.
Well, and it's also,
what
if
I
they
think
don't
needs to
find
happen
her
is
worthy,
Love,
that-
get back here.
no, Alexia, not you. Come back.
Alexia,
Get back here.
Alexia, come back.
Get back
No,
here.
Pookie.
No,
Alexia. He ascended.
As
Dog,
you
you
go
don't
chase
have to
her,
go chase
fucking
after
shadow,
Alexia.
alright.
This
Alright.
episode is so fucking scuffed. I love it. I love it. But
Oh my
no,
God.
like what needs to happen now, right, is mom and sister can go figure it the
They
fuck
go to
out on
prison.
their own.
They go to
Dad
prison.
goes with son and daughter-in-law, and they live happily ever after. And now son and daughter-in-law can hook dad up with someone who's actually worth dad's time and shit, while
For real.
mother and sister have poor, lonely lives and are sad and
Well,
depressed
because
for the
here's
rest
the
of them.
thing too. If the mother-in-law and sister-in-law aren't satisfied with her being his wife, they were never going to be satisfied in general. That's just, it's a controlling thing. And
Yeah,
I think
no.
for a mother-in-law, don't
It's
know for
exactly what it
sister-in-law,
is.
that one's just weird to me. But for mother-in-law, that comes off as extremely empty nesting and almost like boy mom behavior of no one is good enough
Yeah.
for my son.
Yeah. Yeah.
But with that,
Yeah.
I had a
I
little
think
bit
that
of
brings
that,
us to
but-
your last story.
Yeah, it's very
Where
short.
are we going, though?
I'm okay with that because we are an hour and 13 in.
Yeah, it's very short. I'll make
We
it
be
quick.
yapping, I'm sorry.
Nah, I love that we're yapping. It's easy.
So, am I the asshole for wasting my ex's time because I didn't want marriage or kids with her, but got my new girlfriend pregnant?
What the
Yes.
fuck?
What?
So, okay. I, 24 male, was with my ex from when we were 18 until 22.
Spreading on
Don't
each
mind
other
me.
for a minute. I got
Our
excited.
relationship was good overall, but towards the end, we started having some serious issues because she wanted marriage and kids, and I didn't. I was upfront with her from the start. I never saw myself as a husband or a father, and I didn't think that would change. She kept hoping that I would change my mind, but when she realized I wouldn't, she broke up with me. It sucked, but I respected her decision. She wanted something different from what I did, and it would have been unfair to keep stringing each other along. She moved on, and so did I. A year later, I started dating someone new. Things moved fast, and about 6 months ago, she got pregnant. It wasn't planned, but after a lot of thinking, I realized I actually wanted to step up and be a dad. I don't know if it was the timing or the person, or just me growing up, but something shifted. I am still unsure about marriage, but I know I want to be involved in my child's life and give this relationship a real shot. My ex found out through a social media post and was pissed. She messaged me saying I wasted 4 years of her life and lied about not wanting kids and strung her along while I was willing to do all of this for someone else. She called me selfish and a hypocrite for refusing to build a future with her, but suddenly being okay with it now. I told her that I never lied to her. I genuinely didn't want kids or marriage when we were together. People change, and sometimes it takes the right circumstances to see things differently. I also pointed out that she was the one who broke up with me because she wanted something else, and that was her choice. I never forced her to say, am I the asshole?
I'm sorry, are people not allowed to change their mind? Wait, yes?
I say yes.
Like,
Yes,
Wait,
yes.
why yes?
Because I do feel like he strung her along. Like he changed his mind like right after, like he got with the new girl.
But to be fair, like he said,
did give
people's
it a year.
thoughts do change.
Also,
They can.
I want to counter what you said, my love.
Oh.
So, until I never wanted kids whatsoever. You changed my mind.
Okay, I take my statement back.
That was fast.
That was fucking fast.
See, all I will say is he did say that he
Fuck
took like he broke up with her, or he broke
takes
up
the
with his
right
ex
person.
like a year ago and
No,
everything,
she
or roughly
broke up
a
with
year
him.
before
Like,
this.
she
new-
broke-
yeah,
she
actually,
broke up with him.
So she broke up with him. He took a year to just kind of figure his shit out, to try to get shit set up, get shit right, figure himself out and shit like that. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, I'll tell, like, it's not really a secret. I'm kind of in the same boat myself right now of that whole figuring shit out and everything. But she, just because he, like he said, he grew up a bit, he found somebody different, they started a relationship, and even whenever he found out about the kid, he wasn't sure at first and everything, but then he thought about it
But then
and had that conversation with himself and decided, I actually kind of want this and everything.
He grew up
He-
after that relationship and saw himself with that future. That's what
Exactly.
set it off. That person, that new girlfriend that he got with, helped him see that
Exactly.
future that he was ready to be able
helped build him up and
did wanna be a
everything
dad.
and shit like that.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Because
Like, it's
People, certain like the proper partner
People
will change
change.
anyone.
Oh, exactly. Because, like, so over in the Twitch chat as well, real quick, because they have been yapping up a storm. I love you guys for doing that.
I love that. I
Um,
love that.
First, we have Oopsie Baby from your man said that, by the way. And he then responded with, I think faced with the reality of pregnancy that wasn't planned is what changed his thoughts. And that's very well true. That could have been like a little kicker. But like you
Mhm.
guys have said, sometimes just the right person changes things
Will
about
change
you.
you.
My habits changed a lot when I met Rosie because I went through a spiral. I was doing nothing but damaging myself and others around me. I was like, fuck it, like if people can hurt me that easily, I can do it. I can dish it out too. And then I met him and I was like, oh my god, I need to fix myself. I'm a horrid person. And now we're here.
The right partner
It's
can
like that,
fix
though.
you. The right partner can.
Oh.
It's a struggle. As speaking from someone with experience in this current situation, the right partner can fix you, especially because of the fact I have past trauma through a lot of things. But she has actually got me to open up about it and actually share. I would have never shared this with anybody, but she has actually helped. The right partner can help you with your past trauma and situations that you never thought you'd ever see yourself in. I can physically see myself with this one right here having a family. I never thought I'd
Damn
see myself like that.
straight. I'm about to be a fucking ant. Let's go.
I personally thought I never could see that myself. She helped me see that I can. But she's also been helping. I've been helping her with her trauma, and she's been helping me with mine, making me a better person.
He actually opened up the other
Some
day.
people will struggle.
I'm proud.
That is, some people will struggle. It's just how it is. especially with the fact that a lot of people, especially I'll say this, especially for a lot of people living in the U.S. I'm calling y'all out. I'm calling y'all motherfuckers out right now. Society will tell you, shut your emotions down. Don't fucking do it, because trust me, it hurts more to open up. They're like shadows, demons.
A lot of them.
Than to properly just talk. Find someone you trust. If that's a spouse, a partner, a best friend that you know, no matter what, they are not going to leave you because you two are as thick as thieves. Open up. Talk to them. Because trust me, it's easier to let it go then than keep it down, because you will snap. You will blow up. And you will scare yourself more than anyone else. You'll start realizing how bad you've had it. And if you aren't a partner, if you do have a partner and you blow up, don't direct it at them. They don't deserve it. They don't need that. You're going through it. If you're going to blow up, notice the signs. Step away. Go blow up somewhere else. Do not do it in front of your partner, because it scares the living hell out of them. Yeah, Squishy.
Okay,
Not
Dr.
to,
Phil,
like,
pop
ruin
off.
the Dr. Phil moment. I just want to say that entire fucking speech, you were gripping onto Alexia's boob.
I didn't.
I
My hands, I accidentally grabbed.
I just see.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who noticed it.
I just saw like the little fucking thing.
I just see it like shake occasionally.
I just
I'm
started
sorry.
seeing that, the little cat just fucking go up and down, and I'm like, he's on towards it.
For one, because the fact the fucking contact's a little weird. But besides that point, what I say is true. What I say is true completely. Open up.
shit.
Like
Trust me.
I love
I
you,
agree
Fox. You
with
guys are
that.
so cute.
It is difficult to open up, definitely. Like I I definitely have very much still difficulty opening up about a lot of things, and Mason can agree to that. But I will say, like, I've wanted kids for a while, and I think after the first little woosy miscarriage that we had, it definitely changed the perspective of when the right time was. Granted, I will say we're not that careful.
He said facts in the chat,
But-
by the way.
Definitely after the first one, it gave us a sense of when and how would be in that kind of situation. And I will say it did hurt when it first happened, and it took me a little bit to like get back to a normal standpoint. I think really the only people who know about it is like you guys, and then like IRL wise, his mom and my grandpa and his stepdad. That's it. And well, and Tom, because Tom was there. But but like agreeing with what Dog said, like people definitely do change your perspectives depending on the person. And Mason has definitely changed my perspective on a lot of things, especially like self-worth. I will say I do still beat myself up, especially like self-worth.
Yep.
But like, oh, hello, hand. But he definitely helps, you know, the depression, the anxiety, like all the stupid mental shit that I've had going on with me for years. And he has changed my perspective on myself for the better more than for the worse.
I would also just like to add, this is a complete side tangent. Y'all over here being like sentimental and shit, and if I get sentimental, you'll never shut me up. Why didn't he have the X blocked? Why
That's
did
fair.
you still have her on social media? I'm not saying you're a bad person for that, but why didn't you block her, man? Listen, if you're an
Exactly.
ex, you don't need access to my life. You were blocked across the board everywhere. Why didn't you not
'Cause
block
maybe
Fucking
maybe
you
she was
know
so
you were around. Fuck
irrelevant.
out.
Maybe she was so
Exactly.
irrelevant that he just didn't even bother.
Kind of like that.
That
So relevant that they fucking just vanished from your memory.
I guess I can understand that because,
Yeah.
like, I don't know. I don't know.
I will say too.
I will say-
on the topic of the whole opening up and shit as well. It doesn't have to be a partner. Take it from someone who still doesn't open up. Like, if I'm being completely honest,
You've gotten better with
these
it.
guys
Liar.
know more about me
You
than my
opened up
entire
to me.
family.
I'll say
I'm
we've
just
all
saying,
seen
like,
it.
take it.
I can't flip off with my gestures of.
Here, I got you, Pookie.
Like, yes,
Thank you.
you will open up to certain, like, I'll open up to certain people and shit like that. Yes. Which is what I was fucking getting to. Thank you very much. Is it doesn't have to be a partner. It can honestly be friends. I mean, shit, this group alone in the what 2-3 years now that I've actually known you guys and shit, whether you know it or not, has helped me with a fuck ton of like just personal shit and everything. And whether that be the self like self-worth and shit like that or anything else and shit. So like if you need to, PSA, talk to somebody, even if it's just one person, like honestly, reach out. You're not being annoying, you're not bothering them, you're not being a bother, you're not any of that shit. Reach out and shit if you actually fucking need to.
See, I'm
The
open
bad
to a
time
fault,
say
and you
that
guys
Tim
know
and I
that.
spent an hour and a half talking about our dead parents.
Listen, everybody copes differently,
Supposedly.
okay? I make the joke that my dad, the last gift my dad gave me when he died was the N-word pass, because at least he's half black now because he's ashes. So,
See, every time someone makes a your mom joke, I'm like, joke's on you, she's in a box.
I would also like to state your
Exactly.
logic is flawed because some of our family who is passed, we take their ashes and we spread them where they want them to. The last time I did that, I was like 12 and it was in a river. Ashes are white.
hmm no, maybe.
They're
Listen,
gray. They're
I was going off
sandy.
of campfire ashes, to be honest with you. So,
Alexia's being possessed. Yeah,
she's,
see,
did
like,
demons leave me?
I don't know. I've never
she's
had.
come back now.
I think in high school I had a problem being a person who was closed off and like not opening. Definitely because I was going through just a lot of dumb fuckery that I could not deal with, and so I just shut myself in. Now as an adult coming over that and doing better, I'm an open book, but too much to a fault where there's certain times that I'm like, ooh, they probably didn't need to know that about me. Oh, there's my life story, you know?
Mhm.
Like I no longer have the issue of, oh, I don't want to tell them because I'm a burden. I'm like, actually, do you want to hear? Today sucked. Please let me tell you.
Well, I meant like the deeper trauma, like shit and everything.
I literally sat in a
Opening up
Discord
and
call
shit.
with
Yeah.
at least 3 people in here while you guys heard me ugly cry over the loss of my cat. So like I am open to a fault. I've reached a point of adulthood where I'm
That's
like I'm not
true,
dealing with
that's
this
true.
alone and I know I can around y'all that I'm just going to be like, "Yo, I'm literally sobbing. Someone please sit in VC with me." He's seen it too many times
That's
now.
true.
He's hiding in the back and you guys
So-
can't see him, but he's seen me ugly sob at least 5 times.
Y'all haven't seen me cry yet.
Y'all are
Nobody
locked
from
in, you
this
know
group
too
has
much.
seen me actually
This
cry
one is
yet.
genuinely hard to cry. So
Pookie
Yeah.
See.
and is wondering if staying on after.
Oh, here, we should probably wrap this up with our final thoughts, and I'm going to leave that up to Dog and Alexia if they have any final thoughts on this. That's fair.
You want me to speak? Okay. Fuck it. I'll say this. Don't be a shit. Don't be a shit ass partner. Be a good one. Listen to them. That is what's more important. Listen to them and do the small shit. Don't do big shit. Do small shit. Trust me. It means more.
Approved.
Alexia approves this message. And with that,
Also,
y'all,
what? Okay, I have to figure out what's up with this fucking.
Since we have it here, I know nobody else is going to understand this, but all I'm going to say, chat, hopefully we can make this a thing. F3 is the best soda.
No, F2 is the best soda.
correction F1,
Fucking nerd.
because it's number
No,
one.
F3 is the best soda.
F2 is the best soda.
F2.
F5 is the best soda. I'm sorry. F5's better.
You know what? How about
F6
this?
is pretty good, but F5's better.
I was gonna say
F5's
we'll start
hers.
asking the guests which one they like the most.
No.
So
Fucking
for-
where's the
F3 is the
camera?
best soda.
F2. F2 is the best soda.
For reference,
this-
chat, there is a vending
this is
machine over off
beautiful.
the camera where the beautiful Alexia has made us all
okay,
drinks.
if we're doing that.
Look, F2,
So if
the
you ever
best
come to
soda.
the world, you can get.
But
soda
wait,
cans
there's
with us
more.
on 'em.
Billy Mays here.
But wait,
wait.
Billy Mays here.
Hold up.
There is more.
There's more.
You threw it.
That didn't go as far.
For it to come.
Yeah, I know. But wait,
There we go.
but wait. There's more. Shadow, give me your can. Drop it.
Okay, I did.
But wait,
See,
liquid
the
shadow.
nice
But
wispy,
wait,
the nice wispy,
more.
wispy purple and everything. It's obviously the better soda, guys.
I will
It's-
say
it's-
mine's
it-
pumpkin flavored for all my white girly
It's
pops
gotta
out
come out
there
of
in
the
the fall
vending machine.
time.
It's gotta come out of the vending machine. Hold on.
Wonder says the one with his
But
wife is the
wait.
best.
You're
Yeah.
biased.
But wait.
My wife's is the best.
Fuck. There's more.
You know what, y'all?
And
There's
that's
three
how
other
we end
cans-
today's
there's three other
fucking
cans
live
in that
stream.
machine
There you
over
go.
It is one
All
of
right, motherfuckers. I will
and
see you next
Snow
week.
Bunny Delight and Emperor's favorite child.
Exactly.
If you want to
Just
just say
gonna
Snow
sit
Bunny
there.
because this is my Snow Bunny. Fuck off. I will kill you.
That's wild.
Jesus Christ.
All right, y'all. So with that,
Jesus Christ.
that is the end of the podcast. Hi Pookie. Damn. You can find all of this. We are on Twitch every week. We are live, so you can come and join in. We're on YouTube, so you can watch and listen in. And now we're on Spotify, where you can do the same thing and watch and listen in. The clips are on TikTok. They're on Instagram. We're posting everywhere. I'm suddenly active on Twitter. Kind of. Not really. Really bad at remembering with it. One more big-
Or but kind of.
Have
One more
a
big
good
love to
morning,
Alexia for doing all of
afternoon,
this
or
for the
night.
world.
Rated.
Yeah.
Rated 5 stars. 5-star rating.
Rated 5 stars.
And all of
Who
this
kiss my wife?
was made possible to Alexia
Guys.
making us this fabulous world.
Exactly.
Guys,
all of
if
this.
If we can get like what's the top likeage on our YouTube videos?
90.
If we can get 5 likes on this
Okay,
video.
if we can get 100 likes on the next video, I'm gonna exercise Shadow in the next stream.
You know what? I'm kind of here for
We'll
that.
get his shit fixed. We'll get
And
his
with
shit
that,
fixed 'cause
y'all-
we ain't stolen by demons all day.
I
Or we
will
can save
pin
it
this
for
to
a Halloween
everybody.
episode. Who knows?
Bye.